In a small village nestled among rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a young girl named May. She was known throughout the village for her frowning face and grumpy attitude. May always seemed to be in a bad mood, complaining about everything and everyone around her. One day, as May was walking through the village marketplace, she bumped into an old man carrying a basket of beautiful lotus flowers. As the flowers scattered on the ground, May's frown deepened. "Watch where you're going, old man," she snapped. The old man looked at her with kind eyes and a gentle smile. "I'm sorry, young one. Would you help me pick up these flowers?" May reluctantly bent down to help, grumbling all the while. As she handed the last flower to the old man, he said, "Thank you, May. I have a gift for you." Surprised that he knew her name, May watched as the old man reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, worn book. "This book contains 13 small habits that can change your life forever," he explained. "Each habit is like a seed. Plant it in your heart, nurture it, and watch as your life blossoms like a beautiful lotus flower." May took the book, still frowning. "How can some silly habits change my life?" she asked skeptically. The old man's eyes twinkled. "Try them for 13 days, one habit each day. If you don't see any change, you can return the book to me. I'll be here in the marketplace." Curious despite herself, May agreed. That night, as she opened the book and began to read, she discovered the 13 small habits that would change her life forever. Number 1, start each day with a smile. This habit encourages beginning each morning with a positive attitude, setting the tone for the day ahead. May found this habit challenging at first. Each morning, she stood in front of her mirror and forced a smile, even when she didn't feel like it. Gradually, she noticed that starting her day with a smile, no matter how small, set a positive tone for the hours ahead. People began to respond more warmly to her, and she found herself smiling naturally more often. Number 2, practice gratitude. By regularly acknowledging things to be thankful for, this habit helps cultivate a more positive outlook on life. Every night before bed, May thought of 3 things she was thankful for. At first, she struggled to find anything, but as days passed, she began to notice the small blessings in her life. She felt grateful for the warm sun on her face, the taste of her favorite dumplings, and the sound of her friends' laughter. This habit opened her eyes to the abundance of good things around her. Number 3, be kind to others. Performing acts of kindness not only benefits others, but also brings joy and purpose to the giver. May decided to perform one act of kindness each day. She helped her elderly neighbor carry groceries, shared her lunch with a classmate who forgot theirs, and left encouraging notes for her family members. To her surprise, these small acts of kindness not only made others happy, but also filled her with a sense of joy and purpose. Number 4, listen more, speak less. This habit emphasizes the importance of truly hearing others, leading to better understanding and stronger relationships. In class and at home, May practiced listening attentively instead of always trying to voice her opinion. She discovered that by truly listening, she learned more about others and understood situations better. This habit helped her build stronger relationships and avoid misunderstandings. Number 5, spend time in nature. Connecting with the natural world can bring calm, peace, and a broader perspective on life. May started taking short walks in the nearby forest after school. She noticed the changing colors of leaves, the songs of birds, and the feel of the breeze on her skin. These moments in nature helped calm her mind and gave her a sense of peace she had never experienced before. Number 6, practice mindfulness. Taking time to be present in the moment can reduce stress and increase overall well-being. Each day, May took a few minutes to sit quietly and focus on her breath. At first, her mind wandered constantly, but with practice, she found it easier to stay present. This habit helped her feel more centered and less reactive to the small annoyances of daily life. Number 7. Let go of grudges. Releasing negative feelings towards others frees us from emotional burdens and promotes inner peace. May had been holding on to anger towards a classmate who had once teased her. She decided to forgive him even though he hadn't apologized. To her surprise, letting go of this grudge lifted a weight she didn't know she had been carrying. She felt lighter and more at peace. Number 8. Embrace change. Being open to new experiences can lead to unexpected joys and personal growth. When May's favorite noodle shop closed, instead of complaining as she usually would, May decided to try a new restaurant. She discovered a delicious dish she had never tasted before. This experience taught her that change, although sometimes uncomfortable, could lead to pleasant surprises. Number 9. Learn something new every day. Cultivating curiosity and continual learning keeps the mind active and engaged with the world. Every day, May began reading a page from her grandmother's old encyclopedia each night. She learned about distant lands, historical events, and scientific discoveries. This habit sparked her curiosity and made her eager to learn more about the world around her. Number 10. Help others without expecting anything in return. Selfless acts of service bring their own rewards in the form of personal satisfaction and community connection. May started volunteering at the village's animal shelter once a week. She walked dogs, played with cats, and helped clean the cages. The joy she felt when an animal was adopted was reward enough, and she realized the satisfaction of helping without expecting anything in return. Number 11. Practice patience. Developing patience helps in managing frustrations and improving relationships with others. Whenever May felt frustrated, especially with her younger brother's antics, she practiced taking deep breaths and counting to 10 before reacting. This habit helped her respond more calmly to difficult situations and improved her relationships with family and friends. Number 12. Express yourself creatively. Creative expression allows for emotional release and new ways of seeing the world. May began keeping a small sketchbook. Each day, she drew something she had seen or imagined. Her drawings weren't perfect, but the act of creating made her happy. This habit allowed her to express her feelings and see the world in new ways. Number 13. Reflect on your day. Taking time to consider one's experiences and actions promotes self-awareness and personal growth. Before going to sleep, May thought about what she had learned and experienced that day. She considered her actions and how she could improve. This habit helped her appreciate her progress and set intentions for the next day. As the 13th day approached, May realized something amazing had happened. She found herself smiling more often, feeling lighter, and noticing the beauty around her. Even her parents and friends commented on the positive change in her attitude. On the 13th day, May rushed to the marketplace to find the old man. She spotted him near his flower stand and ran up to him, beaming. "Old man, you were right," she exclaimed. "These habits have changed my life. I feel happier, more peaceful, and kinder. It's like I've become a different person." The old man smiled warmly. "Ah, but you haven't become a different person, May. You've simply uncovered the beautiful soul that was always within you. Like a lotus flower rising from the mud to bloom in the sunlight, you've grown and transformed." May's eyes widened with understanding. "So the lotus flowers you carry, they represent this journey?" The old man nodded. "Yes, child. Each person has the potential to grow from the mud of negative habits into a beautiful, enlightened being. These small habits are like the sunlight and water that help the lotus grow." "Can I keep the book?" May asked eagerly. "I want to keep practicing these habits and maybe share them with others." "Of course," the old man replied. "But remember, the true book is now written in your heart. Share your light with others, and you'll see the whole world bloom." From that day on, May became known as the girl with the bright smile and kind heart. She shared the 13 habits with her friends and family, and slowly, the entire village began to change. People became kinder, more mindful, and happier. Years passed, and May grew into a wise and compassionate woman. She often visited schools and community centers, sharing the story of how 13 small habits changed her life. She would bring lotus flowers with her, reminding everyone of their potential to grow and transform. One day, a young boy with a frown on his face approached May after one of her talks. "How can these habits really change anything?" he asked skeptically. May smiled, reminded of her younger self. She handed the boy a lotus flower and said, "Each petal of this lotus represents a small habit. Alone, it might seem insignificant, but together they create something beautiful. Your life is like this lotus. Nurture it with good habits and watch as it blossoms into something extraordinary." The boy took the flower, a spark of curiosity in his eyes, and so the cycle began anew, with the wisdom of the 13 habits spreading like ripples in a pond, transforming lives and nurturing the seeds of happiness in all who embraced them. As May watched the boy walk away, she felt a deep sense of gratitude for that fateful day in the marketplace. She realized that the greatest change wasn't just in her own life, but in the lives she touched by sharing these habits. The village had become a happier, more peaceful place, and it all started with 13 small changes. May knew that the journey wasn't over. Every day was a new opportunity to practice these habits, to grow, and to help others bloom. She understood now that true happiness comes not from big, dramatic changes, but from the small, consistent actions we take each day. As the sun set on another beautiful day, May sat by a small pond, watching lotus flowers close their petals for the night. She reflected on her journey and the countless lives touched by these simple habits. With a heart full of joy and a mind at peace, she whispered a quiet thank you to the old man who had set her on this path. The story of May and the 13 habits continues to inspire people of all ages. It reminds us that no matter where we start in life, we all have the potential to grow, change, and blossom into our best selves. All it takes is the courage to begin, the patience to persevere, and the wisdom to embrace these small but powerful habits. Moral of the story. So, dear friends, as you go about your day, remember May's story and the 13 small habits that transformed her life. Number 1, start each day with a smile. Number 2, practice gratitude. Number 3, be kind to others. Number 4, listen more, speak less. Number 5, spend time in nature. Number 6, practice mindfulness. Number 7, let go of grudges. Number 8, embrace change. Number 9, learn something new every day. Number 10, help others without expecting anything in return. Number 11, practice patience. Number 12, express yourself creatively. Number 13, reflect on your day. Look for opportunities to practice these habits in your own life. Start your day with a smile, even if you don't feel like it at first. Express gratitude for the little things. Be kind to others without expecting anything in return. Listen more than you speak, and really hear what others are saying. Spend time in nature to refresh your spirit. Practice mindfulness to stay present in each moment. Let go of grudges that weigh you down, and embrace change as an opportunity for growth. Learn something new every day, no matter how small. Help others whenever you can, and practice patience when faced with challenges. Express yourself creatively to nurture your inner spirit. And at the end of each day, take time to reflect on what you've experienced and learned. Like May, you might be surprised at how these small actions can transform your world. And who knows, maybe one day, you'll be the one sharing a lotus flower and the wisdom of these habits with someone who needs it. For in the end, the greatest change we can make in the world starts with the small changes we make within ourselves. Let your life be like the lotus, rising from the mud of challenges and difficulties, growing through the waters of experience, and finally blooming into a beautiful flower of wisdom and compassion. Remember, every great journey begins with a single step, and every transformed life begins with a single habit. So, which of these 13 habits will you start with today? Will you greet the morning with a smile, or perhaps take a moment to appreciate the nature around you? Will you lend a helping hand to someone in need, or learn something new that expands your understanding of the world? By embracing these habits, you too can nurture the seeds of happiness and transformation in your life. Like May, you have the power to grow from wherever you are, blossoming into the best version of yourself and spreading positivity to those around you. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Your journey to a more fulfilling, compassionate, and joyful life starts with these small habits. Embrace them, practice them daily, and watch as your life transforms, one habit at a time. Did May's story inspire you? Give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Comment below with the habit you'll start today. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more life-changing Buddhist wisdom. Let's grow together, one small habit at a time.